Wayne Kauenhofen reporting live from the Morton Recreation Complex for the Manitoba Female Midget Hockey League report. And I got defenseman Kenzie Heide of the Pembina Valley Hawks with me. And Kenzie, let's just start it simple. How was your Christmas?
It was really great. Spending lots of time with family and just getting lots of time with the family over the holidays was really good.
You guys are in second place right now, 5 points behind Westman. Can you catch Westman?
Well, that's the hope at least. Just keep pushing and keep playing our best and hope for the best, I guess.
They seem to have your number. They seem to be beating you guys lately. What's the difference? Are you guys, because of last year you guys seem to be able to beat them a little bit more often. This year you can't. Is there some kind of a mindset knowing that while they're first place, we can't beat first place? Or are they just getting lucky, or are they better than you guys? Maybe it's not a fair question.
I think definitely we just gotta get in the right mindset going into games. I know after Christmas it's kind of, well, everybody's a little slow and stuff, but I definitely think that we know we can, and we just gotta definitely give it our all, and no matter the circumstances, keep going.
This coming weekend, you have a big weekend in Portage against Central Plains. How do you get 4 points out of that weekend?
For this weekend, I think the biggest thing is not let them get in our heads, and overall, lots of communication. Make sure we're working our hearts out there, and make sure we keep the energy high off and on the ice.
I just talked to your assistant coach, Shanley Peterson. She says you guys haven't seen Central Plains at all yet. So you got them this weekend, and then you got them, I believe, on Wednesday or Thursday. So that's 3 games in 6 days against a team you have not seen.
Yeah.
So Saturday will be the game to check out, and then the next 2 you beat them, or how do you really honestly prepare for those 3?
I think we can't, like at this point, we can anticipate what's going to happen, but we won't know until we get there. But I definitely think that we got a good idea going into the game what it's going to be like, having some of the girls we've played with in the past. So I think we got a good idea what it's going to be like, so I think it'll be a good game. Are
you spending too much time in the penalty box?
That's a good question. I definitely do think that I have some high minutes, but I definitely think that all of them are justified. I think I'm good. So I don't think I'm spending too much time. I would think be reasonable, being a defenseman. Well,
your assistant coach, Shanley Peters, was saying you guys were in PK was at 95%, so obviously he's not hurting you guys. But I guess in the event of, and I'm going to pick on you because you're here, that you take a penalty and they score on it and they tie a game, let's say, or something like that, what's the message at that point from the coaches? Maybe it doesn't happen.
I think if the penalty was for a good cause and then it ends up going against us, then that's a tough one to take. But I mean, it comes and goes with every penalty. It either is a good one or it's a bad one. It totally depends on how the game's going.
Right before Christmas, we did a game on the Manitoba Sports Network here for you guys, and you guys were supposed to battle for Yellowhead first place. I remember that quite clearly. And then you guys won a couple, and then they lost a few, which put you guys at first place at that point. But since then, Westman has come on like Wildcats, pardon the pun there. But what's the mindset going against a team like Yellowhead?
Going against Yellowhead, we definitely got to really put our hearts into it and really put a lot of effort towards those games. And we really got to step it up. When we show up at the rink, it's game time. And we definitely, going in, we have to have a different mindset and a different mentality playing against a team like Yellowhead.
Real quick, give me a take on your goaltending.
On our goaltending? I think our goaltending is rock solid. I think both of them are really good, and I definitely think that we're lucky to have them as our goalies this year.
Of course, one of them is your number one, and the other one is considered the backup, obviously.
Yeah.
But if the backup goaltender came in against a team like Westman, does that change your mindset at all? And not saying that she's worse or anything, but because backup is usually only plays on certain nights, but now she's pushed into duty. What would be the mindset of you guys as a defenseman, knowing that your backup was in what could possibly be, a huge game?
I think definitely just help them out a little bit more, but other than that, I think all of us as D can say we do have full trust in our goalies, especially for Hallie and for Cadence. I definitely think that yeah, overall we have a lot of trust in our goalies, and I put a lot of faith in them for sure. I definitely think that for either one, biggest thing is just help them out, communicate well with them in our end, and yeah, I would say I would have a lot of trust in either one of them.
Every defenseman seems to like playing with a certain person. Are you the same kind of person? Because I know when I played, I like playing with the one guy. Because you get to know who they are, what they do, how they think. You know, they should be over there, so that's where I'm going to put the puck, you know?
I think, yeah, you'd certainly, once you start playing with one person for an amount of time, it does definitely, you get into a rhythm with each other, and it does work, and you click well. But lately, we've just been kind of switching, trying to mix things up a little bit, and so that does make things a little bit challenging. But I know for me, I really like playing with Powell on our team, Kayla Powell. I really like playing with her. And I've played with Hutch a few times, and that's been pretty good. Me and Hutch played together last year, so it was good.
Well, speaking of the captain, tell me a little bit more about Kenzie Heide.
She's a really good captain. She really stepped into the role this year, and she definitely does have a good presence in the room, and she does have a good presence on the ice. She definitely has a good leading perspective, and she provides some good insight in the room, definitely.
I know it's still a little ways away, but playoffs, are you looking forward to playing one team more than another in the first round?
For me, no, not necessarily. I'm just going to take it as it comes, and really, I'm not really hoping for one or hoping for the other. I just, overall, I hope that we can work together as a team and really push through that first round.
I know you guys haven't talked about it because Coach Bell has said this and Coach Peters has also said this, but the SO Cup is coming at the end of April. I know you know that. It doesn't get talked about, and I mean, there's a reason for that. I understand that, but between you and me right now, give me your take, your thoughts on the SO Cup coming here, and you guys will be a part of it.
I think we definitely want to earn our spot there. Just because of the host team, we don't want anybody to just assume. We want to earn our spot there. And I think definitely when the time comes, we're all going to step up, and we're definitely going to give it our all, seeing as how it is SO, and we know that that's crunch time. So I definitely think it'll be a good time in April.
I talked a few weeks ago to former Pembina Valley Hawk defensemen, and right now I won't tell you who was a member of the 2012 SO Cup championship team. Her name was Kate Friesen, a defenseman. Maybe you remember her, maybe you don't. Yeah. But she also said be positive and go out there, work hard. Some of the things you have talked about, some of the things Coach Peters has talked about, you know, the conditioning, you know, obviously getting rest and this kind of thing. Those are, I thought, some pretty inspiring words from a SO Cup champion. And I was lucky enough to be able to talk to her, and I know her, she's from Altona. But at the same time, you didn't have a chance to play with her, but she's gone on to bigger and better things now, playing female hockey. But at the same time, what does that mean to you hearing basically the same thing you've said from a former champ? The conditioning, the, you know, eating well, like all that stuff, and working hard, of course, in practices and in games.
It's definitely a tough question. I think that it goes down from team to team. Everybody knows that what it takes to get there and the work that you got to put in. I definitely think that it's definitely inspiring to hear that from a former champion. Definitely take those into consideration, and just know that hearing from a person who's been there, that you should really consider what she's saying, and to know that that's what it takes to actually get there, and that's what the time it takes, and yeah.
Well, Kenzie Heide, appreciate you taking time out from working out upstairs, and all the best rest of the season, and as you get closer to the playoffs, of course, and later on in April when the SO Cup comes.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Kenzie Heide, defenseman of the Pembina Valley Hawks, Kauenhofen reporting live from the Morden Recreation Complex on the Manitoba Sports Network.